Well, Dr. Briley was, number one, a very good doctor, and you didn't always need an appointment to see him. If you were sick, you could walk in and he was going to see you. One time I went to his office in a lot of pain, and he said, "Howard, you got kidney stones." He said, "I'm going to send you to the hospital." He said, "I'm going to call an ambulance for you." I said, "Doc, I can see the hospital front door from here." "Well, all right, just go on. I would rather you go in an ambulance." I walked in that hospital, and when I fell on the floor, I said, "Well, now I understand. He probably knew I couldn't make it to the hospital, and that's why he wanted to call an ambulance for me."
He met my mother when they were in the Army in Africa. She was a flight nurse, and that's where they met. And she always said that he was the best diagnostician she had ever been around. It's not like today where you have all the computers and the iPads and everything and you look all this stuff up. He just knew stuff. It was just very amazing.
Dr. Willie Briley was one of the kindest, gentlest, and most compassionate human beings I've ever met. A great physician, an old school physician. Dr. Briley forgot more medicine than most people know. And he could do anything in terms of diagnosis with a simple history and physical. He always said, if you listen to your patient long enough, they'll tell you everything that's wrong with him. He never stopped learning and brought a lot to the table in terms of inspiring us to be able to keep up.
Given a little background from when I first met him, I came to Opelousas right out of pharmacy school in 1968, and Dr. Briley practiced right across the hall from me, and got to know Dr. Briley real well. The thing that impressed me about him was the patient always came first, and you could always tell when he had a very ill person, because it's like he was distracted. He was constantly worrying about that person.
You could really tell that he cared for the patients very much. He wasn't just there doing it because that was a job and he was getting paid for it. And I've tried to emulate him my whole life now. He was well respected by all the doctors. That doctor's lounge in the 80s and 90s was a rough place to go in, trust me. You had to have some tough skin up in there because everybody was jumping everybody and getting everybody's faces. And Willie was like a little bantam rooster in that place. He would get in their chest because he was short like me, and maybe he might be a 6'4" guy he was arguing with, and he'd get up right in their chest and he'd back them down every time.
I'm here today on behalf of my sister and all of our family to accept the dedication for my father for the Opelousas General Health Systems Hall of Fame. He would be ecstatic if he knew. And I know what he would say. What took him so long? So we are so glad and proud to do this. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.